Well, it's Valentine's Day again. Man, I remember the last one so vividly. It's like it was 365 days ago.
I tried to get a Valentine by making a card, I then prepared for the date, and then got distracted trying to find the point of buying minifigures early. I finally snapped out of it, and it was St. Patrick's Day, so I accidentally drank mouthwash, passed out, had a fever dream where I was Lego as I reviewed the island, then I regained consciousness, reviewed the DS Lite, and mocked Ninjaga fans that called Seabound garbage. Last year was pretty complicated when it really didn't need to be, so this year I'm just gonna hang out and talk about one of the sexiest games there is, Bowser's Fury.
I feel like the best place to start with Bowser's Fury history is the Nintendo 3DS.
Released in spring of 2011, the Nintendo 3DS was the successor to the uber-popular Nintendo DS. While it struggled throughout 2011 due to a high price point and games not worth buying the system over, it received a price cut later in the year and started to receive must-play games, one of them being Super Mario 3D Land. 3D Land was the first original 3D Mario game on a handheld, and it was quite interesting. It took the structure of standard 2D Mario games, that being work your way through 8 worlds with multiple levels ending with a flagpole, but you can now move into 3D space. It was a great game for the handheld though, and even made great use of the 3DS's main gimmick, the 3D. Anyways, a year later the Wii U launched and went on to be Nintendo's worst selling home console. Now personally, I think it's because of the bad marketing and the Wii U gamepad being poorly used by most games, but regardless, it didn't do so hot. But it was a Nintendo home console, so it needed its definitive Mario experience for that system, and it was Super Mario 3D World. While a good game, it was lame as the Wii U's big Mario experience. It was basically a console version of 3D Land. Now there were plenty of stellar ideas and a lot of creativity, and it is a phenomenal game, but as the Wii U's defining Mario experience, it was pretty lame. You look at the jump from Super Mario Bros. To Super Mario World, wow. World to 64, wow. 64 to Sunshine, wow. Sunshine to Galaxy, wow. Then Galaxy to 3D World, oh. Well, in 2017, the Nintendo Switch launched, and in its first year came Super Mario Odyssey. Now, because many of the Wii U's games were absolutely stellar and only performed poorly because of the console it was on, many Wii U games have been ported to Switch over the years, generally with all the DLC included and maybe some extra content. Mario Kart 8, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Hyrule Warriors, New Super Mario Bros. U, and finally, on February 12, 2021, Super Mario 3D World was ported to Switch and included a bonus game known as Bowser's Fury.
Explaining Bowser's Fury is a bit tricky. 3D Land and World are like 2D Mario games, but you can move in a 3D space. Now Bowser's Fury is like if you had the courses of 3D Land and World, but they were connected in a large open world, and it was more of a 3D game.
Yet in each area, there are 5 cat shines to collect. What are cat shines, you may ask? I should probably explain the story for some context. So Mario's just chillin', walking around the Mushroom Kingdom, when he notices some black goop. He falls through it and is taken to Lake Lapcat, where Fury Bowser resides. Bowser is now Godzilla-sized and evil, but collecting the previously mentioned cat shine scares him away. You then meet with Bowser Jr. and he joins you for your quest. You can change how much he does, he can kill enemies, collect power-ups, and reveal secrets. By your second or third playthrough, you'll probably have him turn completely off, but he's still a neat addition. But basically, after you collect enough cat shines, the Giga Bell awakens and you turn into huge-ass Cat Mario. After awakening the Giga Bell and fighting Bowser in each area, you ride Plessie to take down Bowser once and for all. But that's just the general story. Abridged, Bowser now super evil, collect cat shines, fight him as big-ass Cat Mario. It's a really basic story, but it didn't need to be anything elaborate. This is a really short experience. I have 100%ed Bowser's Fury in one sitting in just 4 hours and 10 minutes. So the basic story is okay, and the shines are where the game truly exceeds. A lot of the shines are really similar, just kinda different for each area. Make the lighthouse shine. It consists of simply making it to the end of each course. Then the Fury Shadow shines. A Luigi made up of the black goop appears and you have to chase him down, attacking him 3 times. The cat shard shines are in line with the red coin stars. Just collect 5 of these cat-shaped coins for a shine. The blue coin shines spawn in blue coins for a limited amount of time. You collect them, some more spawn in, collect them before time runs out. The key shines require you to find a key and bring it back to the beginning of the area to unlock a cage. The time shines give you 20 seconds to complete a platforming challenge, and the last general shines are the Blast the Fury block shines. There are these blocks that obscure a shine, and only Bowser's fire breath can destroy them. It's really cool trying to find out where to be so Bowser will destroy the blocks without harming you. However, outside of these shines, some courses do have unique shines, and I have something to say about all these courses, so let's just run through them. First Up Island is where the adventure begins. You get the first shine there, but then you can't access it until you beat the final boss. I do like that though. After beating the game, it's cool to go back to where the adventure began. There's this crashed ship, which is simple but neat world building. And the only unique shine here is Jinger's graffiti gratitude. He paints a picture of him and Mario, and it's honestly pretty neat. Scamper Shore's music is such a banger. It's a really simple introductory area, nothing out of the ordinary, no unique shines, but it's definitely a good time. Fort Flaptrap has a bunch of these red and blue platforms that alternate when you jump, which is neat for one of its unique shines. Bully the Cat Bullies! You lure the bullies onto the side of the platform that's up and jump and whoop! It's really neat. The other unique shine here is just fighting Cat Magic Koopas. It's not bad, it's just a shine that frankly can be done on most courses. This one doesn't have any unique shines, but it's still a fun area. The big thing here are these jump pads. Some move up and down and you have to jump at the right time. This is just a long ice skate track. It's not bad, but I'm not exactly ecstatic to play it during replays. Same story for this one, however, there are 3 unique shines, but not really. One is fighting Boom Boom, one is fighting Pom Pom, and one is, get this, fighting Boom Boom, but the floor is spiked. The first shine is right there, you almost get to it and the game gives you a gorgeous middle finger. It's a tower made up of the blocks from the 3D world that only appear when you're near it. It's a really fun area despite having no unique shines. This one requires the propeller box, which I'm not really a fan of. It's mainly just slowly climbing this tower. It's alright. Risky Whisker Island is amazing. It's made up of mostly donut blocks. There are these places to stand and relax, but a lot of it, you gotta be moving. There's also a unique shine, that being using a piranha plant to eat all the fuzzies. This one's a fun one. I really like replaying this one. This one's alright, it's mostly navigating clear pipes. There are some creative segments, some pipes have these spiky balls in there and you have to hit a POW block to destroy them to clear the path. But regardless, just do this one to do this one. This one's awesome. It's a giant volcanic mountain. You ride platforms that move based on what side you're standing on. Just ride it around the mountain and there's also a unique shine. Just a simple fight against a Cat Prince bully, but it's decent enough. And finally, Roiling Roller Islands. I totally missed this one on my first playthrough before 100%ing it. It's way off to the side. It's alright, but definitely my least favorite. These big square platforms rotate over lava, you fall, you restart. It's not bad, but it's definitely my least favorite of the bunch.
Overall, I think the 12 areas are pretty good. And I really like how they feel like 3D World stages, but they've been retooled to feel more like something out of Mario 64 and Sunshine. With all stages combined, there are 60 shines, and in total, there's 100 shines in Bowser's Fury. So, where did the other 40 come from? Let's talk about that.
Plessie races. Yes, Plessie's in this game. She's the transportation between each area, and it's a lot of fun. You can jump out of a dive for a speed boost, and there are some shines where you have to go through a platforming challenge for Plessie in a limited amount of time. Also, there are bunnies chilling on the lake, and you have to hunt them down as Plessie for some shines. Some shines go into clouds that shoot you up into the clouds. These are ripped straight from 3D World. Just get the power star and kill all the enemies. Near each Giga Bell, there's a cat that has lost her young. Just find and return her cats to her. Captain Toad is hidden in random places. Just find him. After beating Bowser for the first time, when Bowser's Fury strikes, a platform with 5 shines on it appears in 5 locations, and the rest are just lying around. Just get to them. Overall, I really like all the shines here. While my feelings on each stage varies, there's no shines that I dread getting.
There's only really one more thing I want to talk about with Bowser's Fury, and that's power-ups.
Power-ups are a staple of Mario games, but when the 3D games rolled around, they changed. In 64, there are 3 power-ups. There were 3 caps that would give you different abilities to collect different stars. In Sunshine, there were different nozzles for Flood, which allowed for more platforming possibilities. In Galaxy, they became more traditional power-ups. Mushrooms that gave you special abilities, and with 3D Land and World, the general power-ups from the older games return. And in Bowser's Fury, they're all here. Yes, most of the iconic Mario power-ups are in the 3D Mario game. Now, to be fair, the Fire Flower was in Super Mario Galaxy. However, it was context sensitive, meaning it would only show up when a puzzle required it, and also, it was a temporary power-up. In Bowser's Fury, if you get a Fire Flower, you keep it until you take damage or collect another power-up. Now, a tradition started in Mario World was the power-up reserve. If you collect a lower tier power-up, then it's put in reserve, and it can be used when you want to. And Bowser's Fury has that, but even better. There isn't just one reserve spot, there are 5. for each power-up, and you can access it anytime. If you have a cat suit and you collect a fire flower but you want to keep the cat suit, you can get a cat bell out of reserve and the fire flower is just put in reserve. Not only is it awesome to be able to use these power-ups in a more open 3D Mario game, but being able to also use any at will is stellar. Wii U ports on Switch have always been a bit of a controversy. Not because these great games are given a second chance on an actually successful system, but because of the prices. Many of these ports retail for $60, which is generally more expensive than what they initially released for on Wii U. Now the Switch versions usually do add new content and include DLC, but many have also been re-released under the Nintendo Selects line, where best-selling games are given new packaging and retail for $20.
So it's ridiculous to pay $60 for some of the ports, but for 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, I think Bowser's Fury makes the $60 really worth it. It's a really short experience, but it's also a really fun one. It's my second favorite Mario game, only bested by the masterpiece that is Odyssey. I think the fact that it's a really short and unoriginal experience, yet it's still one of my favorite Mario games, I think that should speak highly of Bowser's Fury. But Roiling Roller Island exists. Get in the trash!